Longtime Massachusetts residents Mike and Kitty Burke have wanted to welcome children into their family since they were married in 2018. Unfortunately, the Burkes learned early on in their marriage they would not be able to have children of their own and decided instead to become foster parents. But the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families rejected their application. The state's reasoning was that the Burkes weren't allowed to foster a child because of their religious beliefs about marriage.
We actually met in a mommy and me swim class when we were about 18 months old. So we have known each other pretty much our entire lives.
Thank you. We knew of each other, we went to church with each other, we altar served, but we really didn't start our relationship until a lot later on in life.
We love to travel.
We actually just came back from a trip in October to Central Florida to go to Universal Studios.
We love theme parks, so we hit as many as we can. We love movies, mini golfs, scrapbooking.
Yes, a man scrapbook. I know it seems like a shocker, but guys, you can scrapbook. It's okay. I perform organ with Katie quite often.
Every weekend.
Every weekend, actually, at the church that I belong to as the director of music for the choir.
We knew right from the beginning that we wanted to start a family. There was actually almost no conversation in which it was a question. It was just like, okay, so how soon do we want to start having kids?
We had been struggling with a lot of things with infertility. Nothing was working. So we had met with some friends saying, hey, why don't you try the foster system? And Katie had brought it up to me and said, you know, the state's always looking for parents. They're always looking for people. There's so many kids that need homes. And we said, you know, maybe this is the way that we become a family. Maybe it's not a baby family, but it's a 3 to 6-year-old family or a 3 to 9-year-old family.
It was, I think, one of the easiest decisions we've ever made. So we filled out the application and started the process.
Becoming a foster parent is a long and complicated process. The Burkes attended hours of training, lengthy interviews, and assessments of their lifestyle. What the Department of Children and Families found was a loving and responsible couple willing to adopt any child into their home.
We had already started making plans to move our offices so we could repaint our extra bedrooms. I had already started collecting books and toys, dress-up clothes.
And then I remember our social worker sending an email saying, hey, can I call you guys? And we're like, what's going on? You know, something's wrong. She said, you've been denied.
She says, the licensing committee does not believe that you will be LGBTQIA friendly. And when we hung up the phone, I looked at Mike and I said, our dreams of becoming parents just shattered.
It was probably one of the darkest days of my life.
During their home interviews, the Burkes were troubled that many of the questions centered on their Catholic views on sexual orientation and gender dysphoria. In response to those questions, the Burkes emphasized that they would love and accept any child. But because Mike and Kitty said they would continue to hold to their beliefs about gender and human sexuality, Massachusetts denied them a license to foster at all because, as the reviewer put it, their faith is not supportive and neither are they. The state's actions are all the more shocking when you learn that Massachusetts is in the middle of a foster crisis. It's so bad, they've been forced to house children in hospitals.
Children in the custody of the state stuck living in a hospital for weeks or even months only because the state doesn't have a home for them.
The state is desperate for more families, but not enough to accept couples who have traditional beliefs about marriage and gender identity.
We're gonna fight back. Like, this can't stand because we realize that if they're doing this to us, there have to be other families that are getting rejected for the same reason.
Massachusetts broke the law when it discriminated against the Burkes because of their religious beliefs. And that's why Becket is representing the Burkes in federal court.
At the end of the day, what this whole thing means is by the state denying us, the state is really punishing children. They are denying children the right to a family.
If that denial didn't exist, I could have children running around this living room.
People of faith have every right to participate in their community. And that's really what Massachusetts is trying to prevent.